continuously keep evolving or you will start dying while still living. Literally 10 years ago, I was $250,000 in debt. I tried to take my life twice. My mom was dying in the hospital, and 10 years later, I have 2 7-figure businesses. I'm in rooms with some of the most powerful business minds. That was only 10 years.
Welcome back to Mulligan Brothers. Today's video, as always, was sponsored by Huel. I'm drinking Huel Black Edition, which has 26 vitamins and minerals, 35 grams of protein and slow release carbs to make sure that I can stay satiated and proteined up whilst I make these documentaries. If you want to find out more about these, go to the link in the description. I'll talk about them a little bit later on in the video. When you start to tap into the things that inner child wants to do, is that the path to purpose? We have this question all the time about trying to find purpose. You know, we're talking about when you're not aligned, it's difficult to find purpose.
Well, I studied nature's laws, which is the oldest living laws. You know, you drop a seed into the ground in rich soil, give it proper water and sunlight, and learn what weeds are and keep the weeds out. And then however you nurture the seed is what grows the feed. And so when it comes to purpose, I don't think in terms of, you know, people like, oh, my purpose is to feed the kids in Africa and things like that, or my purpose is to like retire my mom. I'm thinking in terms of, okay, what's the tree's purpose? To stretch its roots down as far as possible, grow as high as possible, stretch its limbs out as far as possible, grow as many fruits as possible, many leaves as possible, literally grow to its max. Birds fly high as possible, fly far as possible. And I'm like, so if I go to the human, could my purpose be to experience the fullness of life? Could it be to grow to my max? And I'm not talking about the growing that is like me growing in height. I'm talking about the growing of my mind. The essence of life is growth, Jim Rohn said. All right, what does that mean? Continuously keep evolving or you will start dying while still living. And I started making my purpose to grow to the fullest expression of what it means to be Garrain Stefan Jones. What is that like? People will ask me, they're like, yo, man, who are you following right now? Who's who's the person that is supporting you with the most growth? And I'll say myself. And it was like, oh, that's vain. I was like, no, what you didn't ask me is which version of myself. What do you mean? Me 10 years from now inspires me so much. Why do you say that? Because literally 10 years ago, when I even came up this, it was 10 years back then, I was $250,000 in debt. I tried to take my life twice. My mom was dying in the hospital. My girlfriend had left me because I couldn't take care of my life, lived in my car for 2.5 years. All of that was happening simultaneously. And 10 years later, I have 2 7-figure businesses. I've spoken at the time in 62 countries all over the world. I'm in rooms with some of the most powerful business minds. That was only 10 years. So someone said to me, oh, that's easy for you to say. You got all the money and all the cars, man. You do not fucking know what it took for me to get here. And guess what? When I was living in my storage unit, sleeping in an abandoned building on bubble wrap, I had over 125 videos out and I had 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. I since then canceled the account when I was like transforming my life. I didn't understand if I'd have kept it going, like what would happen. But my series was called The Storage. Nobody knew I lived in my actual storage. It had great lighting, kind of like this set, and it was all white walls. And I'm just talking about things that that fire that was inside. And then people were like, wow, man, I'm so inspired. I didn't know it was going to land to all of this. But what you're experiencing in my life right now is the overflow of the work that I put in 10 years ago. Wait till you see 10 years from now. So that's the inspiration. The inspiration is like, if this can happen in 10 years, the direct inverse of who I was being to who I am now, breathing life into humanity. Now, on the upward trajectory of my life, really investing over $250,000 into personal growth and mentors and masterminds per year, and like really giving back to humanity and really understanding the flow of how giving and receiving actually works, and committed to developing myself personally and learning all these interpersonal skills and also teaching people that. I can't even begin to imagine what the next 10 years could look like when there's been nothing but an upward trajectory. That inspires me big time. And the dude was like, wow, I never thought about that. Yeah, me 10 years from now, continuously doing what I'm doing and committed to personal growth. And it has me continuously creating from the possibility of the future and not a recreation of my past.
If you lead a busy life like me and millions of other people around the world, you might be struggling to get your nutrition in. That's where this stuff comes in, absolutely clutch. If health was easy, everyone would be doing it. But Huel make it that easy. You scoop, you shake, and you go, and you get 26 vitamins and minerals. And every single ingredient inside this and all of Huel's other products has been expertly tested by their team to make sure you're getting exactly what you need. And if I'm really in a pinch for time, I'll grab their ready to drink, which has 35 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and tastes delicious. Don't just take my word for it though. People like Idris Elba, Diver CEO Stephen Bartlett, and hardest geezer who ran the entire length of Africa use this as part of their daily routine. So if you want to find out more, go to the link down below. You can get exclusive offers, like if you sign up to their subscription service, you get 10% off all future orders. And if it's your first time ordering, you get a free shaker and t-shirt. It's also now available in major retailers in the UK and the US. What are you waiting for? Go get it.
When you were back, you know, again, 10 years ago, what was the mindset looking forward though? Did you set the roof or the belief that you would be here?
Yeah. And you asked that question, but I didn't also finish the purpose question. So I strive on being the fullest expression of myself. Now, what I think people confuse is mission with purpose. And they're like, my purpose feeds the kids in Africa. I'm like, cool, what's your mission? Oh, I never thought about that. Well, my purpose is to be the fullest expression of myself, just like all of nature. But the mission I'm on is to create a space everywhere I go where the little kid inside of the adult is actually happy. Give me any platform. That is my mission. And it doesn't change. You open up the box 10,000 times, it'll be the same things. So my energy is not split. I'm very clear on the mission that I'm on, because a lot of people don't focus on it. I look at the wars, and I look at media, and I look at people playing off each other. You know what I see the whole time? Broken children who don't feel seen and heard like they matter in the world. So I will focus on those kids the entire time, because a lot of people seem to leave them. That's my mission. You are born looking like your mom and dad, but you will die looking like your decisions. I do not care how much money you have, how much influence you have. Are you actually happy?